Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. So another fluid art creation with the inspiration from the Northern Lights. So I will take you down in a minute to see the colour palette. I'll also show you how I've prepared my canvas. I'm using a 20 inch by 20 inch canvas. I've painted the sides of my canvas already. I'm using a lamp black base, but I'm also using my split cup. So the idea is to do a ring pour. I love ring pours. I think ring pours themselves are so intuitive, they have a lot of energy, and I want to use a colour palette that's going to really kind of amplify what I saw with the Northern Lights. So in my split cup, I'm going to have a segment that's black, a segment that's green, and then I want a combination of purple and pink, and then another green. So 3 of the segments are going to be block colours, and 1 of the segments is going to be a mixture of the 2 colours. I'll show you how I layer my cup as well, but it's so great that you're here. Let me know what you think about this process as you watch, and I'd love to hear from you whether you're trying any of these as well. So, as always, let's see what we can create. So I'm using a 20 inch by 20 inch canvas. You can see that I've already prepared the sides. I've painted those black. I've got my gloves ready to protect my hands. These are the 4 colours that I'm going to use. I've got my large jug of lamp black. I'm also using black. So I'm going to place black in this segment here. And then I'm going to do a green here and here. And then in this section, I'm going to do a combination of the purple and the pink. So I will list all these colours in the description box. They're mixed with pouring medium and water, 1 part paint, 1 part water, 3 parts pouring medium. So I'm ready. Let's go. So I'm just going to take 1 colour at a time and place each of the colours in a segment within my split cup. 1 black segment, 2 green segments, and a combination of the pink and the purple. So they're all my colours in my cup. So the 2 green sections, the black, and then the combination of the pink and the purple. I'm adding some of the black colour onto the base. I want that puddle in the middle, so when I pour my paints from my split cup onto the canvas, it's going directly on that black circle of paint. So I'm just spreading that around, just slightly, opening that up by tilting the canvas. And now it's literally about pouring the paint from my split cup onto the canvas. And I just do that slowly, going round and round and round in a circular motion whilst tipping the cup slightly, allowing that paint to flow from the cup onto the canvas. The idea is to allow all the paint to flow out of the cup, and by going round and round in a circular motion, I'm creating what you would call a ring pour. Just allowing all that paint to flow out, and that's creating really interesting lines. And when we tilt this piece, it's about opening up those lines to expand across the full surface area of the canvas itself. Because I mix all my paints myself with either a pouring medium and or water, there are going to be some air bubbles within that mixture. So I'm just using the torch, it's a butane torch, to pop those air bubbles before I continue with the process and tilt the design out. I'm just adding a little bit more of the black paint around the whole circle, allowing that black to connect with the paint that we've just poured onto the canvas, and that's also going to help the flow of the paint. So I'm happy and I'm ready to go. So I pick up my canvas, and what I want to do is I just want to get a feel for the paint, get a feel for the volume and the weight of the paint on the canvas, and tilt this design out, opening up the rings as I tilt. But I just really want to initially go in a circular motion. So as you can see, whilst I'm holding the canvas, I'm tilting it in a circular motion and moving the paint around. I'm not going into the corners just yet, I'm just going round and round. And then when I'm confident enough that I'm opening up the lines as I want them, I will push the paint across into each of those corners. But I am wanting to try and keep those circles, so I'm still going in that circular motion. As you'll see throughout this process, I'm tipping the paint into the corners, pushing it over the edges, and then once it's gone down the edges, I'm bringing the paint back on itself, turning the canvas and then continuing the process. That's helping me maintain those lines, and it's helping me cover the full surface area of the canvas whilst opening those lines up. And I am just so happy with how they're looking, because that really was like the glow of the northern lights when I saw them. And remember guys, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, share it out, and also let me know what you think about this piece and the whole process in the comments below. I'm having so much fun with the Northern Lights series. Let me take you in now for a close-up of the wet version. I'll let this dry and then I'll take you up for a close-up of the dry version. I actually find this piece quite mesmerising, and I've really enjoyed doing this ring pour, and it's enabled me to create those tones of green, the shimmer of green, the duller tones mixed with the brighter vibrant tones. It's definitely one of my most favourite pieces within this series, and I just want to show you some of those details, some of those lines where that purple and that pink is just resting on the edge, and then the darkness in between the glow of the green. I am really pleased with this. So I've let this dry. I'm really pleased with the tones. I'm going to try and show you how this kind of shines in the light. You'll see that those tones of green really do shimmer and shine, but mixed with that purple just gives it that depth. It just draws you into that inner peace within the painting. I just want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you for all of your support as always. It's really appreciated. I read all the comments you leave for me, and I do try and reply to everybody. But if you've got a question or a comment, then just drop them in the comments below. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week ahead. Let me know if you're doing any of these pieces too. I've got a few more pieces to show you, and an exciting collaboration with some artists coming up towards the end of the year. So watch out for those. Have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and I hope I get to see you again in the next video. See you soon, everyone. Bye.